Hey, good morning, Kris.
Good morning, Kris.
Guess what?
This is Kris and Kris.
In the morning, wherever you are. But it's in the morning here in Vegas. Mm-hmm. And what are we drinking this morning? What have you got?
Some lemon tea.
Lemon tea. Okay.
Maybe some notes of
lemon, citrus, and tea. So unexpected for me. Always a coffee guy, but look at this one.
Influencing.
Hey, let's just jump right in. Market stats this week.
Market stats this week. What we got? Homes on the market up 2%.
Right. So not a huge jump, right? We're just making little gradual increases, but that does mean that inventory is improving.
Which I think it speaks to a larger thing out there. People are feeling more comfortable with people coming into their homes. They're feeling more comfortable with the idea of moving.
Absolutely.
The scare is nearly finished, I think.
Yeah.
It's good.
Absolutely. Also, families are probably looking to make a shift because we know the kids are going to be probably going back to school in the fall in person. So, yeah.
And they've been trapped indoors for so long, they're sick of their own home.
Yes, exactly. I'm so tired of looking at these walls. Median home price did make a small jump this week, right? So nothing huge. $380 last week, jumps back up to $385 where it was 2 weeks ago. So nothing too crazy.
Days on the market still sitting at 6. Same as last week.
Folks.
And 7 before that. I mean, we're not going to sing it again, but you seriously have got to make some moves. If you like something, you jump.
Yes, absolutely.
How high? Yes.
Don't miss out on that.
Homes sold?
Yes, number of homes sold went up about 5%. Ooh, last week, 657. This week, 683.
Week before that, 865. I think we're going to steadily get back up to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to see that rise back up.
Especially with the amount of homes on the market that's going to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
Covered. Good. Done.
Covered. I'm going to get a graphic for that. Oh, wait. Or are we going backwards?
Sounds like a whip. I don't know.
Okay, maybe not. All right. Hey, guess what? Last week we touched on that we were going to get started on an ongoing segment called Getting Ready to Sell. And we're going to cover something called the 4 Ds this week. Now,
and this is honestly scratching the surface. Like, we're going to give you some basic information, but if you really want a consultation from either of us, we're available.
Yeah.
Find us.
Details down below. Video description.
Because this is honestly, like I said, going to scratch the surface, and it's going to be very helpful information, but there is so much more to learn.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So
first D on the list.
4 Ds. First D, declutter.
Decluttering.
Right. So we all have stacks of stuff around our house. We're used to it, right? But imagine a home buyer coming in. We don't necessarily need to invite them into our organized chaos. It may be organized to us, but it may seem like chaos to somebody else.
It's amazing how many things you can overlook. You know, you collect piles and piles of things, and then you don't even see what you've collected until someone else points it out. It's kind of an incredible thing. You'll walk past the same piece of trash 14 times. I swear it's a psychological thing, but it's crazy. You might not see it. Declutter is huge.
Yes. Second one, depersonalize, right?
Also huge.
You may have an interesting, unique take on the art that's hanging on your walls. Or maybe your house is covered in family photos. Perhaps. It makes it a little difficult for the buyer to come in and see where would their art go, what would their family photos, and they also may not be able to see past your photos or your art and see this amazing house that you're in right now.
Neutral is the key word when it comes to preparing to sell your home. You want the house to be as close to a model home feel as possible. You want people to picture their lives in the home, not yours.
Let's give them a clean slate to imagine what their own things, their furnishings, their pictures, their everything.
It's going to encourage more buyers' interest in your home. And, you know, depersonalizing and decluttering to you might not be to the level that you might need. So having an expert pair of eyes on that is not a bad thing.
Absolutely.
And the neutral, also neutralizing, deodorizing.
Yes, deodorizing. Has anybody ever gone on vacation and you walk back into your house and you're like, wait, what's that smell? Did we leave something?
Is this what my house smells like?
Really?
Yeah.
This is what it smells like? Yes. So a lot of times we get nose blind to the way that our homes smell. So imagine ways. This is coupled with the 4th D, which is disinfect. So
you don't have to do it alone. You could get, you know, maids in Vegas especially. I think you can get 2 maids for 2 hours for $75. That is an affordable cost to get your home in tip-top shape. Right.
Get your carpets cleaned. There's a ton of specials. I always see that as Stanley Steamer. We're not endorsing Stanley Steamer, by the way. But I'm just saying. So we're not endorsing any one brand or particular method of cleaning.
You can rent a carpet cleaner for yourself. Anyway, the point is, the 4 Ds, very important. And that's just scratching the surface, but that's important steps before considering selling.
Absolutely. check out our info in the video description.
And that's just part 1 on
Yes.
the ongoing segment that's going to come a little bit more next week.
Absolutely. All right. So, hey, last week we were at Floyd Lamb Park at Tillel Springs, which so many people were like, hey, I didn't even know this existed.
I was one of them. We had probably 50 or 60 KW VIP realtors and brokers out there picking up micro trash in the park, and it is this gorgeous oasis in the middle of the desert that I had no idea existed. And there's some history behind it that I wasn't even aware of. Christopher here has been on a tour of Floyd Lamb Park, so he's got a little more info than I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, back in the days, divorce laws were not so liberal. Nevada was one of the most liberal divorce law states. But it did require a residency to be established. So people would come to Nevada, they'd hang out at Tillel Springs for, I believe it's about a month or so. We'll double check on that. But you had to establish some sort of residency, which was great because people would come, they'd relax, they'd play tennis, they hang out at the springs. If you've never been to the park, it's amazing. There's actual lakes in Vegas. There's water. There's
quick
people
marriages,
fishing.
quick divorces.
Right.
Vegas has it all.
Yeah, so they could relax, enjoy themselves, then bang, you're divorced and you're back home.
Bang, you're divorced.
You're divorced.
What better place to go for
Right,
divorce
exactly.
than Vegas? Because as soon as you're divorced, then you go hit the strip and you're having the time of your life. Back in it. Been married again anyway.
But Floyd Lamb Park is home to at least 20 migrating species of birds. And when they do come through the park, one thing they called attention to for us was the amount of microtrash that is in the area. Tell us a little bit about what microtrash consists
I do think they have other initiatives in the park. Just to be clear, I believe you can have group outings at the park, and they'll tell you what you're looking for on that particular day. For us, it was microtrash. Microtrash, bottle caps, twist ties. You found a lot of bread ties.
A bunch of bread ties.
Cigarette butts are common. That's not technically micro. We found a lot of tinsel and confetti from maybe Easter parties. Looks like maybe some Easter egg hunts.
Birthday parties, and a lot of it comes from, if you've never been to Vegas, it's very windy and it can suddenly gust. So before you know it, you may have turned your head and
across the park. I don't think people did it intentionally because to use such a beautiful space, I think that people do tend to respect it. But
absolutely,
I would agree that a lot of it was wind blown.
Yeah, wind blown. But the problem is those migrating species see that, they get enticed by it, and then could ingest that and
bellies
harm
full
the
of
birds.
colorful little trash.
Yeah, so it was our job to head out there and pick up all that microtrash, which we
50
got.
50 pounds of it,
50
matter of
pounds.
fact.
And we're talking like twist ties and bottle caps and things. So 50 pounds, I think we did pretty good.
Darn good. Yeah. And we got to meet some really cool birds. Made friends with peacock.
Peacock.
Very handsome. Very handsome
A lot of geese out there.
Oh, and they're little baby, little fluffy geeselings.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Goslings?
Oh,
Ryan Gosling?
Oh, Ryan Gosling. Stop, was he there? No. Our social media accounts actually have a pretty some cute little videos on it. So if you want to check those out, we'll put our descriptions down there too.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to see more of us?
Absolutely.
Something to it for sure.
So hey, Unexpected Vegas, it's going to be a new segment. Keep tuning in for that. And then
inspired by Red Day. I mean, we realized how different that place was, and now let's find some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easy. Done.
Just like today's episode.
Just like
today's episode, right?
Thanks
Easy
for tuning in.
Done. Yes, and we're going to get back to our lemon tea. And see you next week. Hey, don't forget, we are going to continue our segment of Getting Ready to Sell. We have way more to touch on.
Unexpected Vegas, Getting Ready to Sell, and of course, Market Stats will be back next week. We'll always think of something.
Yeah, and don't forget, our info is down below in the video description. And reach out to us if you'd like to know more. It's Kris.
And Kris.
In the morning, wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.